Hello and welcome to Sportsman's Watch Outdoors. We're going to talk tonight about, we got subjects tonight, forward-facing sonar, the controversy that it's causing, turkey hunting, it's booming right now, chronic wasting disease, how it's supposed to be expanding, ammo prices, we're going to talk about the boating industry and how it's changing. We got a lot going on. Used boat market opportunities. I'm seeing a lot of good deals out there. I'm constantly boat shopping, whether I'm buying one or not. I just am constantly on Marketplace looking around because the last couple of years I've always liked boats, but in the last couple of years I've really found a passion for them. I mean, really enjoy working on them, and even more so enjoy being on them. So we're going to talk about a lot tonight, but I also want to let you guys know Thursday nights from now on, we're going to have a new show. The show is going to be called Catching Up. We're going to talk about anything outdoors, basically. Whatever floats my boat that night, we're just going to be talking about it. Hunting, fishing, boats, whatever it might be. We're going to talk about, that show is going to be based around what's going on in the industry as far as events, tournaments, kids events, veteran events, and let you guys know what's going on out there. Trade shows, things like that. We're just going to fill you in all over the country. But I'm going to focus a lot on the Southeast on that show because that's where I'm at. I'm in Alabama. So we're going to keep you guys in touch with what's going on out there. Let's talk tonight about, let's open up with forward-facing sonar controversy. I've been reading up on this, and I'm going to fill you guys in on what I've been reading and the information that I've got about it so far. It's probably the biggest topic in the fishing industry right now. If you follow the Bassmaster, you have probably seen where that 22-year-old young man, Dylan Nutt, won the Bassmaster Classic. And a lot of people are saying, he's young, he's up on the technology. These younger people have the advantage because they grew up with the technology and things like that. Maybe true, I don't know. But if you're in a sport, you keep up with what's going on and what can better you and help you do better at your sport. So I guess the big controversy right now is, where's the line? Where do you draw the line? Major League Fishing and BASS, the Bass Angler Sportsman Society, have both introduced restrictions on forward-facing sonar for 2026 tournaments because many anglers and fans believe the technology is changing the sport too much. Starting in 2026, Major League Fishing will restrict the use of forward-facing sonar at all professional and boater co-angler levels of competition. From the Phoenix Bass Fishing League to the Bass Pro Tour, the decision to limit the technology was made in response to positive feedback from fans and anglers about the forward-facing sonar restrictions implemented on the Bass Pro Tour in 2025, as well as feedback from participants at lower levels. The goal of these restrictions is to promote multi-dimensional angling, allowing anglers to utilize the latest technology while also creating an environment in which traditional techniques remain highly competitive. MLF believes these rules will make a more dynamic, entertaining competitions and will drive tournament participation, thus enhancing payouts. The league strongly believes that the fracturing of the sport caused by forward-facing sonar is unhealthy and unsustainable. The goal of this solution is a compromise that brings everyone back together for the benefit of anglers, fans, and sponsors. The 2026 rules regarding forward-facing sonar for each circuit are as follows. Anglers will only be allowed to utilize forward-facing sonar, 360-degree sonar, for one of 3 competition periods per day, and must declare in advance which period they intend to use it. The technology will not be restricted during B&W trailer hitches, heavy hitters, or fishing clash team series competition, as anglers in those events compete in identical league issued boats. And a lot of this that I've been reading, it talks about how expensive this equipment is. Now, if you know anything about bass anglers and the things that, I mean, these guys are out here at Lake Eufaula all the time, and they're $80,000 bass boats, and half of that is electronics on the deck and on the console. If you're going to compete at that level, you're going to have to get to that point where you can afford these things, or you compete at levels where people are not using these things. Like I said last week, we talked about some of this, and the thing is that technology's not going away. We got to learn with it. We got to learn to adjust to it. But I also see where it's kind of made watching bass tournaments a little more boring. And I say more boring because watching people fish and not actually being out there fishing, not the most exciting thing anyway, in my opinion. I do enjoy going to the weigh-ins, though. I've always enjoyed that. I mean, getting out there and watching the boats come in and watching them bring the fish in and stuff, that's pretty cool. But, you know, technology's not going away, so we got to learn to just adapt to it and figure out ways to make it more exciting. Now we're going to move on to some turkey hunting. Turkey hunting is, and y'all help me out with the comments on here. Y'all tell me what you think about this forward-facing sonar and the electronics and all the modernization of the fishing industry. Tell me what you think. Like it, hate it, or other. Turkey hunting's booming again. Turkey hunting numbers are climbing in several states, and turkey content is exploding online. Forecast for 2026 show strong populations in some regions. Let me get this open here. As daylight hours grow longer, gobblers are starting to feel frisky. It's time to see what spring might have in store for turkey hunters throughout the nation. Here's the 2026 spring turkey season forecast with information on the latest turkey population details, projections, and trends for the Northeast, Southeast, Midwest, and West. Northeast turkey season forecast. The Northeast is a turkey hunting stronghold. This year, each state has something to be excited about, but Maine, Maryland, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and others are leading the charge. Connecticut, Delaware, Maine. Connecticut's a small state, but it has about 35,000 turkeys and 5,000 turkey hunters. According to the National Wild Turkey Federation, nearly 1,200 turkeys were killed last season. This year, expect similar results. The regular season spans April 30th through May 31st, into this month. With affordable license and tag structures, it's a great northeastern turkey hunting state. This year, due to ongoing research efforts, hunters should be on the lookout for banded turkeys, especially in key locations. You can shoot up to 5 bearded turkeys. And we got changes and extended dates in Maryland, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey. Now, I know me as a hunter, been hunting many years. I don't think of turkey hunting up in those areas too much, but apparently they have become hot spots, maybe because they weren't for many years and now the populations are very good. But there's also a lot of hunters up there. So turkey hunting is exploding. Tell me what you think. You guys getting birds? Why is turkey hunting, that's a good question, is why is turkey hunting all of a sudden becoming so popular? I've only done it a handful of times in my life, and I really did enjoy it, and I'm probably going to pursue more of it in the upcoming season, probably next spring, not this year. Chronic wasting disease. Another controversial topic. CWD continues spreading, and states are changing regulations, baiting rules, carcass transport laws, and feeding restrictions. It's a big deal right now in Tennessee. The Tennessee Fish and Wildlife Commission set the state's 2026 hunting and trapping seasons at its 2-day April meeting, which concluded Friday at the University of Tennessee Institute of Agriculture Plant Biotechnology building. To watch both days of the meeting, you can watch it on TWRA YouTube channel. The Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency Wildlife and Forestry Division previewed the agency's recommendations for the 2026 hunting 2026 and 27 hunting and trapping seasons at the March meeting, a year-long process. These recommendations for the 2020-27 are informed from biological data collection, public input, and compilation. You're not getting a professional broadcaster here. It's just old me. Public input and compilation and analysis of data, 3 and 5 year averages. A public comment period was held following the March meeting, which resulted in 103 emails and 1,785 online comments. The TWRA presented no changes to big game hunting seasons and bag limits. The commission did amend the regulation regarding the start of turkey season. The season will start 1 week earlier in 27 on April 3rd, with the young sportsman hunt set for the weekend prior. In addition, the commission voted to approve a 7-day straight wall cartridge season on private lands only. So you can shoot them with a gun, wall cartridges. Most states outlaw that. Most states are shotgun only. This season will start the second weekend of muzzleloader season and run until Friday before the gun season opener. Season dates for 2026 will be November 14th through the 20th. The season will be for private lands only. Muzzleloader season, bag limits apply. Rifles using straight wall cartridge ammunition must be single shot and 35 caliber or larger. Straight wall cartridge is defined as a centerfire metallic cartridge that does not substantially taper from base to mouth. Straight wall cartridges include such cartridges as 4570, 450 Bushmaster, 350 Legend, but do not include shotgun shells. Interesting. The commission voted to approve 7 additional days for bear dog training on private lands only in bear hunt zones 1, 2, and 3. This will allow training for 21 consecutive days, beginning on Monday after turkey season ends. Here's where we get into CWD. The commission voted to align the CWD management zone and deer management 1 by removing Wayne and Lewis County from the zone, and any CWD positive county east of the CWD management zone, baiting and feeding are now prohibited. Do y'all really think that causes CWD? There's been so much controversy around CWD in the industry for the last, for quite a few years now. I know I've got my differences with it. I'd really like to hear what y'all got to say about CWD, and if some of these restrictions, not feeding, not baiting, affect that in any way. Does it help in any way? Fill me in the comments on your thoughts on that. CWD. What does it do? Ammo prices are rising again. Why? Well, there's a lot of speculation that the tariffs are a part of that, and there could be some truth to that. Trump's tariffs are driving up ammunition prices. Tariffs imposed on metals and other materials used in ammunition manufacturing are beginning to ripple through the gun market, increasing production costs for manufacturers and pushing retail prices higher for customers. President Trump has described himself as the most pro-gun president ever, a sentiment echoed by his White House counsel. But trade policies implemented during his administrations have added new costs to the raw materials and components used to produce ammunition in the United States. According to figures compiled by Retailer Ammunition Depot and cited by the Trace, the average daily price of 1 round of 9mm full metal jacket ammunition, the most common caliber in the U.S. market, has climbed steadily since late 2025. In January 26, it briefly topped 35 cents per round. You know that's high. That's high for 9mm. Roughly 10 cents higher than the average price during 2025. Because ammunition is typically purchased in large quantities, even small increases can quickly add up. A gun owner purchasing 1,000 rounds of 9mm ammunition could pay roughly $100 more than they would have just a year earlier. But this is likely only the beginning of what could be an enduring, volatile market of ammunition. Now, you know what that means. We saw it years ago. People are going to be stockpiling, running out, and filling up their houses with all the ammunition they can get. Stockpiling it up, and that's going to cause a shortage. So hopefully that's not the case. Tell me what you think about that. Hit me up in the comments. The boating industry is changing. Man, I get excited talking about boats anymore. I do. I just love tinkering with my boats. I'm constantly watching boat shows, and I've got an interview coming up with a pretty cool YouTuber boat builder. One thing we're going to be doing on the channel here is doing interviews regularly, and I've got some interviews coming up. One's going to be with a boat builder, possibly two boat builders, not manufacturers, but YouTubers that this particular one buys and fixes them up, flips them. Pretty cool guy. We've been in touch, and he's agreed to do an interview down in Jacksonville. So hopefully I'll get down there soon and get that done. And maybe another one here locally that I would really like to do an interview with. But we've got some other interviews coming up too with some veterans. We're going to do an interview with Mark Moody of Mad Dog Crappy Charters. Out here, he's local here in Lake Eufaula, and he's a veteran, I think 24-year veteran and Navy veteran, and he is the guide for our veteran adventure trip winner this year, and probably will be for years to come. So look for those interviews. The boating industry is changing. Let's see how. As soon as my program opens up. Here we go. After several years of record demand driven by the COVID-19 pandemic, the recreational boating industry continues to adjust to the new normal. Throughout 2025, new retail sales softened while consumers spent cautiously during uncertain economic times. But industry leaders remain optimistic as innovation, sustainability, and shifting demographics open new opportunities for growth. Boating industry spoke with industry leaders to learn their perspectives on the challenges influencing today's market and opportunities ahead. Year to date through mid-25, new powerboat sales were down roughly 10%. Compared to last year, reflecting a broader trend across other discretionary sectors like RVs and home improvement, said Frank Hogelmeyer, president and CEO of NNMA. The pressure is most evident in entry-level segments, where financing costs have the greatest impact. That said, enthusiasm for life on the water remains resilient. He continued, boat usage, club memberships, and shared ownership models continue to hold relatively steady, showing that Americans still value the wellness, connection, and freedom that boating provides, even if they're delaying major purchases. Now, I personally am seeing a lot. Like I said, I follow a lot of YouTubers that build boats, flip boats, and work on boats regularly. And I'm seeing a lot of people that are buying older boats because of the high cost of a lot of boats. I mean, I'm looking at skiffs, not for me personally to buy. I can't afford a $100,000 skiff or bay boat. But I'm seeing a lot of these boats that are $80,000, $100,000, $150,000 18 and 20 foot skiffs. That's my boat. I like skiffs. I like bay boats. And I'm seeing those to where I can go buy one for not even half that price, put a couple $1,000s of work into it, and have a beautiful, reliable, good boat. So I'm seeing a lot of people that are doing that, just buying older boats and fixing them up, which is what I do. I'm still learning my way around a lot of this electronic, y'all, and I appreciate y'all being patient with me and joining in. If y'all are familiar with me, you know that I am not a professional broadcaster. I am not a real well-educated person, but I'm passionate about the outdoors. I'm passionate about bringing you guys news, and I will be here every Monday night to do so. Now we're going to talk about something I'm very passionate about: used boat market opportunities. Boat sales slowed some after COVID-19 boom, which means more used boats are hitting the market, which is what I was just talking about after the boat report. So tell me what you think. Y'all help me out. Get in the comments. Please like and share. Subscribe to the channel and help us build this up. We're going to be bringing you guys as much as we can, and I promise we're going to get it better with technology each and every week. I appreciate you guys being patient with me. And again, we're going to be bringing you guys a Thursday night show as well. And don't forget to catch us on Guns in the 701 on Sunday mornings. I was not able to be there this morning. I woke up horribly sick. But on Guns in the 701, we do the Sunday Sportsman Bible Devotional and the Top 10 every Sunday morning at Guns in the 701. And it does broadcast over on Sportsman's Watch Outdoors channel on Facebook. So check us out there. But Thursday nights, we will be doing another show called Catching Up, where we keep you guys informed on trade shows, fishing tournaments, and all kinds of different events going on around the country, but especially here in the Southeast. So you guys, thanks for joining us. Like, subscribe, and again, if you guys help us get to 500, we're going to be giving away a special Arctic cooler with our logo and your name on it. So give us a like. Tell us what you think of tonight's show. I know I can be a little sporadic at times because I'm a little scatterbrained and new to this type of stuff. At least trying to be structured, I'm new to. I'm not new to, trying to do something outside my comfort zone, which this is. But let us know what you think of forward-facing sonar controversy. What's going on there? Let us know if you guys are turkey hunting this season. Have you gotten more into it? Because it shows that it's blowing up. Chronic wasting disease. Let me know your thoughts there. Ammo prices. You think people are going to be stockpiling? I do. Guess how I think they are, because I probably will. The boating industry, how it's changing. People cannot afford those big fancy boats right now, and they're going out and buying older boats and fixing them up. I'm one of those guys. And I will be bringing you some project videos as well on Sportsman's Watch Outdoors right here on YouTube. Guys, like and subscribe. Help us build this channel up. God bless y'all, and thanks for joining.